pinainit.
Ramdam ko ang halik niya sa leeg ko, pababa sa aking.
At mas pag-uusapan.
Tinanggal niya bigla yung panty ko.
Mga sikretong dito mo lang mapapakinggan. Top Secrets. Top Secrets. Top Secrets. Top Secrets.
Hi Kabisyo, it's me, DJ Rakitera. And welcome to the program, Top Secrets. Kung saan pwede kang makapagbahagi ng iyong pinakatatagong sikreto. At meron na nga po tayong top secret sharer or caller sa kabilang linya. I-welcome na natin siya. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, DJ Rocky.
Ano pong pwede naming itawag sa'yo?
Just call me Nancy.
Nancy, ilang taong ka na?
I'm 35.
35. Sang lupalop naman galing si Nancy?
Originally from Caloocan, but I am currently staying in Taguig.
Oh. Are we gonna do this in English or in Filipino po?
Mix na lang siguro.
Mix na lang. Sige po. Pwede naman po ako sa ganyan kasi mixed breed po ako. Okay, sige. Nancy, 35 from Taguig. Ano ang top secret mo?
My top secret is that I tried to sell nude photos so I can afford to buy my mom a hearing aid.
Nagbenta po kayo or sinubukan nyo pong magbenta ng hubad ninyong larawan para makabili po kayo ng hearing aid ng nanay ninyo. Tama po ba ako ng pagkakaintindi?
Yes.
Pwede po bang malaman kung eto po bang larawang ng nakahubad po kayo ay sa social media po or digital nyo po inilalagay o ibinibenta, nilalako?
Yes, I was on a dating site and then I met a guy in there and dumating yung time na my mom really needed a hearing aid because she got hospitalized. And then the hearing aid cost about around 100K. So, namroblema ako with the money of what I'm going to do. So, ang isa sa naisip ko is, sabi ko, total, lahat naman ng karamihan naman ng babae sa dating site nagsisell ng nudes kasi I get to talk to a lot of men there and lagi na lang they all tell me stories about the women that they met on the dating site na they were selling nude photos nga and this and that. I became desperate during that time because I feel bad for my mom na hindi siya nakakarinig because she lost the hearing aid. And my
She
family,
lost the hearing aid. So meaning, ma'am, Nancy, meron na siya
dati.
before. Okay.
Yeah. It was yung hearing aid niya before is through the loan from a disability loan from Social Security.
Okay.
So hindi na kami pwedeng mag-apply ulit for another loan kasi nga naiwala niya nung narush siya sa hospital.
Okay, I see. So, Nancy, pwede mo malaman kung meron kang day job or regular job?
I do have a regular job. The job is paying well, but hindi madaling maghanap ng around 100,000 pesos for one piece of a hearing aid. And yung mga kapatid ko, they have their own families na.
Mhm.
They have their own children. I was the only one who is unmarried,
Mhm.
yung walang anak and walang asawa.
Mhm. So single na
the
single po
bird-
kayo?
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
I was really burdened at that time.
Mhm.
So I was chatting with an American guy during that time, and I begged him na if he can, kasi hindi ako mahilig, hindi ko ugali na manghingi ng tulong
Aha.
kahit kanino. Parang I was raised to be independent and
Mhm.
everything. So hindi ako sanay.
Mhm.
But I used to have offer, kasi sa dating site kasi marami kang makikilala diyan who are willing to offer you money
Okay.
para
Nancy,
maghubad.
question ha. Ito question ko. Bakit ka nasa dating site? Are you looking for you're the one bago pa lahat ng ito mangyari? Nandun ka ba sa site na yon because you wanna find your one true love? Or nandun ka lang to... Yes.
I was looking to find the one for me kasi DJ Raquetera,
Mhm.
hindi ako kagandahan.
Ay, hindi naman kami naniniwala, ma'am.
Hindi I am going to be frank based on like the reality of my situation.
Ano po,
Physically,
wait lang po ha, ulitin po natin yung sinabi mo ha, kasi kukuha na po ako ng tasa dito para ilagay po sa ilalim ng ilong ko para sa pagno-nosebleed, no? Virality, ano po yung sinabi niyong term?
in reality kasi, for me, hindi ako yung klase ng Filipina na habulin, ligawin. When I was growing up, grade school, high school, nobody dated me. Walang nagpakita ng intention na gusto kita o crush kita. Walang nagka-crush sa akin ever during the entire time na nag-aaral ako. Up until college, wala. Hindi ako talaga lapitin. So, a friend of mine, she advised na, why don't you try dating site?
Mhm.
Lahat ng naging karelasyon ko, DJ Raquetera, they are all long distance.
Okay. Ito ba ay mga iba't ibang lahi?
Yes. The first one I had was a Filipino na taga Davao. And then that one didn't work out kasi nalaman ko na he was trying to use me for money.
Okay. And then the next one?
The next one was an Indian guy who I met through my job. Kasi I used to, I work for a BPO company. And then I met him through my job. And then that one did not work out. We were in a long distance relationship for like 7 months. Tapos nalaman ko after 1 year namin mag-break na engaged na pala siya to somebody else.
Oh.
At nalaman ko pa yon DJ Raquetera doon mismo sa pinaka fiancé niya.
Nakilala mo?
Na yun pala yung babae na nakita ko one time sa Facebook niya na ano niya, na
Kasama niya.
Nakasama niya.
Oh.
So, nagkagulatan kami ni girl na, oh my God, ikaw pala yung tumatawag sa phone niya na nakikita ko, ganyan-ganyan.
Okay.
Kasi nahuhuli rin ni girl eh. Tapos yun,
so to make the long story short, dito sa pangalawang guy na to na Indian, niloko ka kasi may engaged na pala.
niloko rin ako.
Okay.
Engaged na pala siya.
Okay, then the next
And
guy?
then, the next guy was a European guy. Ito ang pinaka naging first official ko talaga na boyfriend, because with the Filipino and the Indian guy, they never met my family. I never seen them in person.
Okay.
So ito si European guy, siya yung naging third relationship ko na long distance. And then
Pinakilala
1
mo
month
sa
pa
pamilya
lang,
mo?
yes, he was able to meet my family. Um, na ano niya talaga yung life ko dito sa Philippines. And
Okay.
then we got engaged
Aha.
too quickly after just a month of
Landian?
communicating.
Okay.
DJ, 1 month lang, and then nag-propose na siya. So
Mhm.
ako naman, syempre during that time, like, what the hell, 'di ba? Like, sino ba ako para mag-inarte, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Mag-iinarte pa ba ako sa tanda ko na I met him, I was already like 29 years old
Mhm.
yata at that time. So wala akong boyfriend na naging official. So ginora ko na, go na ako, for the go na ako.
Oh, so anong nangyari?
So ang nangyari, after 7 months, bumalik siya sa bansa niya kasi 2 weeks lang siya rito because he has a job doon sa Slovenia. Ang nangyari, doon mo nakilala yung tao, yung personality, yung mga differences nyo. Nag-break kami. But the problem is, even after the breakup, he doesn't want to cut the communication with me. And then kahit ako, I didn't cut the communication.
Bakit?
So we remain to be friends. I love him so much.
Hanggang
And
ngayon?
he loves me so much. Yes.
Pero may bago na
Until
siya
now.
ngayon?
No, he doesn't even wanna date anybody else.
Okay. Nakakausap mo pa siya ngayon, tama?
Yes.
And how
And
important he is sa ganitong klaseng sitwasyon mo?
actually nung nalaman niya na nag-try akong mag-sell ng nudes, he was so disappointed and sad for me. Kasi throughout the years, after nung breakup namin nung 2019, kinancel yung wedding plans and everything. We decided, the both of us decided na we will remain to be each other's best friend because I was his first ever girlfriend. And siya din yung una ko na naging boyfriend na official.
Okay, so
So,
alam niya yung nangyayari sa'yo, na nag-sell ka
alam
ng nudes,
everything.
na-disappoint
Yes,
siya
everything.
kasi BFF mo siya.
Oo, na-disappoint siya kasi alam niya na hindi ko talaga gustong gawin yun
Okay.
in the first place.
As in,
But
wala ka talagang choice? Wala kang naisip na ibang options mo?
Wala akong maisip na option.
Manghiram sa kanya?
Kasi pag nanghihiram ako sa kanya, ayaw niya magpabayad. If I ask him for something na kailangan ko ng help, hindi niya talaga pinapabayaran. Kaya ang sistema ko is that kapag bumibisita siya rito sa Pilipinas, hindi ko siya pinapagastos na siya lang lahat. Like normally kasi 'di ba yung mga Filipina na may AFAM, the AFAM would do the gastos and everything. Ako kasi hindi ganun yung mindset ko. I don't know if it's about my ego personally na I don't want my man to be the one carrying all the gastos eh. So, kapag nandito siya sa Pilipinas, dumadalaw siya, I make sure that I take care of him na pagkakain sa labas, I would pay, hinahayaan niya ako so that I don't feel the guilt on my part na
Okay.
umaasa ka lang and everything. I don't wanna hear that eh kasi it's like a stigma kasi. So, yun.
Nagigets kita dun sa part na yun, Nancy. So, etong sitwasyon mo na ito na nagbenta ka ng nudes doon sa dating app na yan na may kausap ka, in search ka nung time na yun din for one true love mo kasi hindi nga nag-work tong mga previous relationship mo, and that includes etong guy na to na European na sinabi mong BFF mo. Tama ba ako?
Yes.
Okay, nung time na yun, diba, may kausap ka ba doon sa dating site na iyon na siyang nagbigay sa'yo nung 100K or patingi-tingi mo yun nakuha sa iba't ibang tao?
Actually, ang nangyari, na-scam ako.
Na-scam ka? Paano?
Na-scam ako. So, ang nangyari, nagkasaraduhan na kami ng transaction na, okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna send you the photo and then he's gonna wire me the money. Ang nangyari, nung time na na-send ko na yung photo, ang dami niyang dinahilan na, nag-western ako, kaso ganito, it doesn't work, hindi ganito, ganyan. So, hindi ko nakuha yung pera.
Magkano ba itong pinag-uusapan natin?
We're talking about over 50K.
So, for one photo of
Just
your
one, yes.
body,
Yeah.
it costs 50,000 pesos, tama?
Yes, kasi yung hearing aid is 100K, but I don't wanna ask him the 100K kasi I felt na ano ba naman, grabe naman tong 'di ba, na ganun ko ipepresyo.
Sayang naman,
So,
di mo pa sinagad.
Ayun nga.
Charot lang with harot. De, pero eto ha, Nancy, yung photo na yon, pwede mo bang i-describe sa amin kung anong kita doon? Like, mukha mo, buhok mo, anong kita doon?
From face up until sa abdomen ko na medyo kita rin yung portion ng legs. Kasi I was sitting down I was sitting down and the angle of the camera was like from face up until dun sa legs.
Gumamit ka ba ng filter doon?
No, I don't.
So,
I
ang
don't use
ang
filter.
request ng photo na yon, manggagaling doon sa lalaki, tama ba? Tapos siya mag-i-instruct sa'yo or sa'yo mismo manggagaling yung photo? Wala na siyang instruction,
It's
basta
from me.
ipapadala mo lang?
Yeah, no instruction from him. He just wanna see the body. Kasi yung the guy, he and I have been chatting for like more or less 2 months already. And then, nakwento ko nga sa kanya na nagsa-struggle ako financially because of my mom. And I said to him na, I'm willing to do anything just to be able to help my mom. Yun yung sinabi ko sa kanya. Tapos, siya yung nag-suggest na, medyo off sa akin, sabi niya ganun, off sa akin na, tulungan ka kasi hindi pa tayo nag-meet in person. So, hesitant siya in the beginning. He was hesitant kasi nga, di niya naman ako kilala or
Pero
what,
nagve-video
di pa naman
call
kami
kayo?
We did already video chat a couple of times. Kaso, the work kasi, I work at night shift I work graveyard. So, pareho kami nag-work during those times. So, hindi kami as often na nag-video chat. More on voice lang and text. Kasi nga, both busy sa work.
Pero hindi first time na makita niya yung mukha mo dun sa pinadala mong photo mo?
Yeah. It wasn't the first time. And then, yun nga, nasabi ko nga sa kanya na ganun yung status ng mother ko and I really I need to do something to help.
Yes, and then
Tapos
fast forward, na-scam ka niya kasi ang dami niya ng nirason
Oo,
tungkol dun
ang
sa
dami
payment
niya
niya sa'yo.
narason.
So, nahabol mo pa ba siya? Nakuha mo pa ba yung 50K?
No na, nagtalo kaming dalawa and I was so upset. Doon ako na parang na-depress ako in a way because it hurts me na ibinaba ko yung pagkatao ko just for the sake na matulungan ko yung mom ko.
Meron pa bang
Tapos,
ibang tao kang nilapitan dun sa dating site for money?
Wala na.
So
Wala
talagang
na.
tinigil mo yun pagkatapos?
Yes. Kasi natakot na akong ma-scam ulit eh. So pag may nag-o-offer sa akin, minsan kasi may mga lalaki talaga na right up front, they gonna offer na I really wanted to see your body or what I'm willing to pay. kapag may nag-o-offer sa akin ng gano'n sa dating site, hindi ko na nire-reject kasi na-trauma ako dun sa nangyari na
Hindi mo
yun.
na ina-accept.
Hindi ko na ina-accept, hindi ko na ina-entertain whenever they ask
Mhm.
or they offer. Actually, hindi yan yung first time na may nag-offer. Even back then pa, siguro mga around 2019, may nag-offer sa akin to go nude. But this time, hindi picture ang gusto niya. He wanted a live show ng ano talaga, ng mag-show ka ng body mo.
Mhm.
So,
Magkano daw ibabayad sa'yo pag ganun yung ginawa mo?
maybe around 10K siguro yung offer during that time.
Okay.
Kaya lang,
So
sometimes
So-
may cheap kasi sila minsan eh.
so Nancy, eto no. So hindi mo nakuha yung 50K na dapat makuha mo dahil nag-send ka ng nude photo dito sa taong to nakausap mo sa dating site. So paano ka nakakuha ng 100K to give a hearing aid dun sa mother mo? Nabigyan mo na ba siya ngayon?
Yes, nalaman ng ex-fiancé ko. Kasi nakwento ko sa kanya na ganun yung ginawa ko. So, na-disappoint siya sa akin. So, sabi niya, you could have just come to me and ask me for help. Hindi ko maibibigay yung 50K, but I can help you. Kasi ako, may savings naman ako kahit papano. So, ang ginawa namin I talked to the hearing aid center, and then naghanap kami ng options na much cheaper. Yung 100K kasi based dun sa ang hearing aid kasi DJ is depende dun sa sitwasyon ng ear, and then kung anong klaseng hearing aid yung kailangan ng tao. So for my mom, she needed this particular kind of hearing aid kasi almost both of the ears cannot hear anymore.
Mhm.
And ang nangyari, kinausap ko yung hearing aid center and I said, I can't really afford the 100K a piece. So sabi ko, pwede bang isang hearing aid lang yung bibilin ko, and can we try na yung cheapest brand ang bilhin. So, we found the cheapest brand na mga around 30 to 40K lang yung price niya. So, ang ginawa ni ex-fiancé, ni BFF, is pinadala niya ako ng half nung money na kailangan doon. And then the rest of nung kakulangan is pinagtulong-tulungan namin ng ako at ang mga kapatid ko.
Mhm.
Kaya namin nakuha yung hearing aid. But I never tell my parents na that I would do anything to provide for what they need. Hindi nila alam yun, hindi rin alam ng mga kapatid ko na ganun yung ganun yung sinasacrifice ko just to be able to provide for them.
Mhm. So Nancy, looking back dun sa napagdesisyonan mo, ginawa mo para mabigyan ng hearing aid itong mother mo. Ano yung mga realizations mo? And kumusta ka ngayon? Anong nararamdaman mo ngayon?
Actually, every time na naiisip ko yun, na nagawa ko yun, unang-una natatakot ako kasi para dun sa picture because it shows my face. Na sana yung taong yun may konsensya siya na manatiling discreet yung picture, number one, because I'm suffering with anxiety and depression for a very long time. So it would devastate me completely na kumalat yung photo. So that's one. The second is feeling ko ang dumi-dumi ko in a way na umabot ako sa ganon na ganon yung gagawin ko just to provide. Kasi I love my parents eh. I love my parents and I sacrificed yung buong taon ng youth ko, ng kabataan ko. From my 20s and now that I'm on my 30s, I'm still providing. And wala na, hindi na ako nakapag-asawa, hindi na ako nakapag-anak. And I don't even know kung ano na yung mangyayari sa life ko after this and for the future. So, parang in my mind na ang hirap isipin na hindi nila alam na ganun katindi yung kaya kong gawin for the sake na ma-provide yung needs nila.
So what are your plans? What are your plans right now?
Right now, wala na akong pangarap, sa totoo lang. Currently, I'm on medication with my psychiatrist.
So you were you were evaluated by a healthcare professional, tama ba?
Yeah, I've been diagnosed way back 2014 for anxiety and depression. I was on treatment for 6 months during that time. And I also have suicidal tendencies. And then on 2022, when I moved to Taguig, sa sobrang stress sa trabaho and yung pressure sa pamilya nga na pag-provide, nagkaroon ako ng matinding relapse ng mental illness ko.
Ito bang pagtulong mo sa iyong pamilya ay dahil sa kabutihan ng iyong puso o pakiramdam mo ba ikaw lang talaga yung may kapasidad at ikaw lang yung may kakayahan na makatulong sa kanila? Kailangan ba talaga ng magulang mo, ng alalay mo, ng tulong mo, na ibuhos mo yung buong tulong mo o atensyon mo sa kanila?
Kailangan talaga. When I graduated from college, I used to live in Manila sa kapatid ko sa Manila. Kasi nagkatulong ako, nagtrabaho ako eh. I was a working student for a little over 2 years. Nangatulong ako sa tiyahin ko para lang makatapos ng college. Kasi nga, financially, my parents, they don't have the means, hindi sila nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral. And then, wala nang magsusupport sa akin. So, nung nakatapos ako ng pag-aaral, umuwi ako nun sa parents ko. My mom has depression as well, but she was not clinically diagnosed. Umuwi ako sa amin, and then, my mom, lahat ng klase ng abuse, dinanas ko sa kanya. Physical, verbal, mental, lahat. So technically, hindi okay ang relationship namin. So ang nangyari, pinapalayas niya ako ng bahay na, malis ka na rito, wala ka naman trabaho, wala kang pakinabang. So in the beginning, it was yung pag-provide is more of me trying to prove to them na I am not a piece of shit.
Na worthy ka.
Na worthy ako na mahalin ako. Worthy ako na nabuhay ako sa mundo, na worthy ako bilang anak. So in the beginning, yun yung purpose ko eh. Kung bakit ako nagpursige na kahit my mental health was falling apart, they have no idea, DJ Rakitera. Wala silang idea noon na I was going through therapy sa psychologist. na I was diagnosed with mental illness because in my family, it was never a conversation that we are open to talk about. Kasi nga, we know for a fact that my mom has mental illness. But walang naglakas na loob na, sige, ipa-therapy namin. Because we're poor. And that's the saddest reality in the Philippines. Maraming mahihirap na kailangan ng mental health assistance. Pero walang gustong lumapit para humingi ng tulong because of the stigma. 'Di ba?
But
So,
but I
ako,
think
I
now naman medyo nagkakaroon na ng development in terms of taking care of your mental health.
Yeah, I was first in the family who admitted the fact that I do have it and that I need help. So nung na-diagnose ako, mas naging open yung mind ko and understanding ko for my mom. So after that, lahat ng pagtatrabaho ko, pinatawad ko nanay ko. I made peace with her. I made peace with the family. And then, lahat na ng pagtatrabaho ko, I dedicated to them because I told myself na iaahon ko kayo sa kahirapan. Ipaparanas ko sa inyo yung buhay na hindi nyo naranasan because they work as a teenager. Iniwan nila ang probinsya para sa Maynila para lang magkaroon ng mas magandang buhay. And I don't want them to die as poor. I wanted them to have a better life. Kaya kahit anong stress ko sa trabaho and everything, tiniis ko. Tiniis ko lahat ng pagod kahit nabubuli ako minsan sa trabaho. Kasi mukha kong, yung forma ko para akong basura. Nabubuli ako sa opisina dahil sa mga ganon na, alam mo yun, sa opisina, hindi kasi maiwasan yung mga ganon na kung pangit o jologs yung forma mo na palaging paulit-ulit yung sapatos mo, yung pantalon mo, lumang-luma, yung mga ganon ba. Tiniis ko lahat yan. Pinaaral ko yung bunso kong kapatid para magkaano sila. But now I feel left out. I feel na out of place ako kapag may gathering kasi they have their children, like they're all happy, andito yung mga bata and everything. They have their husbands, their wives. And I don't.
So,
Hindi nila naiintindihan yung struggle na yun on my part.
alam mo, Nancy, ngayon naiiyak ako sa'yo. Napaiyak mo ako. First time kaya tayo umiyak sa programa to. Yung binibigay mo lahat sa kanila, you've dedicated yourself to your family. You've given so much love, money, effort, everything. And then there you are. Parang wala.
Pero kung tatanungin, DJ, anong pangarap ko? Wala na akong pangarap.
Para sa sarili mo?
Dati, pangarap ko maging mother. Gustong-gusto ko maging nanay. Gustong-gusto ko magkaanak. That was a non-negotiable part for me. Kung magkaka-boyfriend ako, mag-aasawa ko, talagang non-negotiable yun. Kailangan meron akong anak, kahit isa, sabi kong ganun. Pero nung tumatanda na ako na, nung nag-break kami ng ex-fiancé ko, lahat ng pangarap na yun, gumuho, nawala. Hanggang sa, I tried and I tried. Lahat na yata halos ng dating app ginamit ko na, but nothing works. Wala talaga. Walang nagsasucceed or anything. So I told myself, you know what, madedepress lang ako, magkukos lang siya ng...
Na-frustrate ka lang. Madidishearten ka lang.
Mafufrustrate ako, madidisappoint lang ako ng paulit-ulit. At saka nakakapagod na yung introduce yourself. Yung,
Anong favorite color mo, ganon? May ganon ba?
yung mga ganong senaryo.
Kumain ka na ba 24 times every,
Parang, hindi na siya appropriate on my age range na dadaan ka ng paulit-ulit sa ganon. Yung ipapakilala mo yung sarili mo, isasabihin mo anong trabaho mo, anong ginagawa mo, what's your hobbies. I got so freaking tired of that kind of setup na in my head, you know what? I give up. I would just rather face the truth that wala na. Wala na sa puso ko yung mag-anak. Right now, I'm happy. Mahal ko yung mga pamangkin ko, DJ, pero ngayon, parang kapag kakain ako sa labas, tapos may kasamang bata, nai-stress ako. Hindi ko alam kung bakit, basta nai-stress ako. Hindi ko na trip hindi ko na trip mag-anak kasi parang sobrang tagal ko nang pinangarap tapos hindi nangyayari. So in my mind, pag tinanong ako, anong pangarap mo para sa sarili mo? Wala akong masabi. Kasi it all died in the process sa lahat ng disappointment na nangyari sa buhay ko. Tapos ngayon, I'm struggling with my mental health. Hindi ako nakakapagtrabaho ngayon. I am
Do you think,
going to be...
Nancy, medyo overtime na tayo, no? Actually, overtime na talaga kami dito. Pero, meron lang akong tanong sa'yo. Do you see yourself as a victim or as a survivor? How do you see yourself?
Siguro more on of a survivor yung tingin ko.
That's what I want to hear. You are a survivor and you are not a victim here. If feeling mo na give up ka na, I know that God is not giving up on you. To close this, no? Alam, naiyak ako. Pinayak mo kami dito, kasalanan mo to. Charot. Nancy, hindi na natin kakayanin na sumobra pa yung oras natin. But to give you something, no? Na kahit papaano pwede mong panghawakan din. Hindi ka namin bibigyan dito ng pera, ha? Sorry, wala rin kami noon. Struggling din kami doon. But we will offer a prayer for you. And this is going to be the first time that I'll be doing this sa programang ito. Alright? So, ladies and gents, kabisyo, let's pray for our top secret sharer, Nancy. Amang Diyos, lumalapit kami sa inyo ngayon na may pusong puno ng pasasalamat at paghiling para kay Nancy. Alam mo yung bigat ng dinadala niya at ang sakit na nararamdaman niya, yung dilim ng kanyang pinagdaraanan. Sana ipadama mo sa kanya yung pagmamahal mo, yakapin mo siya ng iyong katahimikan at pag-asa. Sana buhayin mo yung namatay niyang pag-asa, Lord. Bigyan mo siya ng lakas at tapang para magpatuloy at gabayan mo siya sa bawat hakbang na tatahakin niya. Paluwagin mo sana yung masikip niyang isipan at puso. Palawakin mo pa ang pag-intindi niya sa lahat ng mga bagay. At tulungan mo siya na makatagpo ng liwanag, pag-asa, at tao. Pwede ring mga tao na posibleng magbigay palalo ng pag-asa at pagmamahal sa kanya. Sa iyong mga kamay, inalalagak namin ang kanilang kalusugan, ang kanyang kalusugan, at naniniwala kami na may pag-asa at kalakasan sa iyong presensya. At ipinagdarasal din namin ang mga magulang at pamilya ng aming top secret sharer na si Nancy. Gabayan niyo po sila. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, DJ.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Nancy, for trusting me and for sharing your top secret sa programang ito. Marami kang napaiyak ngayon. I'm sure hindi lang ako yung napaiyak mo. May mga nakikinig dyan na hindi man nagbenta ng kanilang nude photo sa dating site, pero siguro nandun na sa verge. But now that they listen to you, alam na nila kung paano hindi masascam. Charot! Uwe, darot. Oh, so dapat pala, bago mo i-send yung nude photo, dapat nakapag-deposit muna. Guys, huwag kayong papalin lang. Ganun. And, anyway, thank you so much, Nancy. Thank you so much for sharing your top secret. God bless you always. Good night.
Thank you.
Ay. At dyan po natatapos ang ating top secret share. I don't know how to really say pieces of advice or I don't know what to tell. Yun na lang. Hindi ko alam kung anong sasabihin ko. So I just prayed for our kabisyo, Nancy. And I hope, kabisyo, na ikaw na nakikinig ngayon, sana okay ka lang. Sana kung may pinagdaraanan ka ngayon, madaanan mo lang, ma-acknowledge mo, and humakbang ka pa rin paharap. Buhay ka pa, at meron pang magandang mangyayari sa buhay mo. This has been yours truly, DJ Rakitera, ang inyong Basa Princess, and you are listening here sa 90.7 Love Radio. Kailangan pa bang i-memorize yan? Basic. This is Top Secrets.
Metro's number one. Metro's number